Hi, welcome to Sodor Wet Wharf. We're carrying on with our baseboard, and after rooting out the gaps for the wood for the scratch built walls, we're going to be carrying on with that today. So let's see how to do it. So we're just going to look at how we're making the strips of wood, the planks and the posts for the walls of the canal in our wharf. I've got a little bit of wood and I'm just drawing a mark on here so that I can get the strips, the planks, the correct size, which is 26 mil. So that's just marked on there, and then we just chop it off here with our hacksaw, and then we put it into the wash. You can have half a dozen in here. Now this wash is just a mix of water and some brown and black paint. The paint we're using is just what I had lying around. I've got hundreds of different colours. Some of them are a bit dried out, I know, but these are quite good. The Tamiya brown and flat black. So there's it's mainly brown, there's a bit of black, just so it's a little bit darker. So we get the planks, we cut these off 26 mil at a time. I bought two like 1200 millimeter long pieces of that, and then we've got our 1 mil balsa. So I made a little jig here so I can get them all the same size because we want them 4 mil. This is pine here as a stop so that it doesn't go too far. There's another piece of pine and that's just raised up slightly on a bit of balsa wood. So we put this in here and we up there. Then when we pull it out, we have our stick, and this too, surprise surprise, this goes in our wash. Leave them in here for a while and get them nice and covered, and we bring them out and let them dry. Yeah, that's it, this is covered. And once they dry, they look like this. So compared to the original colour, you can see it's a lot darker. Then these are ready to attach to the sides of our baseboard. So we painted the baseboard with just emulsion, kind of sandy colour, and we have a grey colour that we had. Then we start adding the post. You can just see here in this unpainted version how one post fits in. We start layering in a separate plank on the top and 5 down the side and a post in each hole that we needed one, and slowly the walls extended to the point where the whole thing was finished. So there we have our completed baseboard after painting and applying with PVA glue all our slats and posts, which has taken some time, but I think the results are definitely worth it. As you can see here, these are our posts and our slats at the sides here, and then they're all stuck in nicely. It's interesting to see just how well the slats on the top, the planks, are actually really smooth. There's no big lip where they are because we used the router to make that 3 mil by 1 mil gap so that the planks actually sit in that gap, and they're pretty much flush. There is a bit of variation, but it's a fraction of a millimeter or so. And the planks down at the side, again, they're all looking really good. Now, the reason that we don't go right to the bottom is because we're going to have the water on the baseboard underneath, and the water is going to come up halfway up to the bottom plank, or that's the idea anyway. We may have to chop some of the larger planks, the larger posts down because they are a little bit low down, but we can sort that later. Now, as we go along, we see there's a gap here. Here we have one post missing. Now, why is that, you may wonder? Well, this is going to be our bridge. So there's 4 different bridges altogether. The first one is a narrow gauge bridge. The second is a twin narrow gauge line bridge on here. And we've got a few more posts here. We move down and another narrow gauge bridge at this point. Then we get the standard bridge here. This is 2 standard gauge tracks, and we go along this side here. Now we stopped just before the end, and we have room there for whatever's going to be put there. There's nothing really that is there, it's just an empty space, but we can use something there to make it look good, no doubt. So for the next video, I'm thinking it might be good to try and get some track down, just as a give us a sense of scale a bit more with the track down there. We'll be able to see what's going on, but without the bridges down, it's going to be quite hard. They are going to probably locate using some magnets or something, but they're quite flimsy if we make them out of plastic card or even 3D printing. I think they're going to be quite hard to do. It may be best using some styrene material, sheets and the like, or actual metal, or very thin pieces of some hard wood. I'm not quite sure, I need to look into that. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already done so to get updates in the very near future.